Important of all virtues. Without it, you can't practice any other virtue consistently. Don't forget you can watch us live on our website on www.ogtv.com/live. For the latest news or reports, check us on these platforms: X at Ogun TV, Facebook, Ogun State Television, YouTube at OGTV Abeokuta, and TikTok at Ogun State Television. And now to the news in full. As Nigeria joins the world in celebrating Interfaith Harmony Week, the First Lady, Senator Oluwemi Tinubu, has called for unity among people of different faiths. World Interfaith Harmony Week is a United Nations designated observance since 2010 that promotes dialogue across religions. The 2026 celebration is scheduled for February 1st to 7th with the theme Celebrating Peace, Honoring Leaders from Prayer to Action. In our message to commemorate the global event, Senator Oluwemi Tinubu said, "Let us celebrate the values that unite us across faith, that is love, peace, compassion, respect, and service to humanity." Troops of the Joint Task Force Northeast Operation Adim Kai have recorded a major operational success with the elimination of a senior Boko Haram and ISWAP commander, Abu Khalid, and 10 other terrorists during a night operation in Borno State. In a statement signed by the Media Information Officer Headquarters Joint Task Force Northeast Operation Adim Kai, Lieutenant Colonel Sani Uba says Abu Khalid, identified as the second in command of Boko Haram in the Sambisa forest, was neutralized by troops of Sector 1 in collaboration with the Civilian Joint Task Force during an engagement at the Komla area of Kunduga local government area at about 11 in the evening. The operation came barely 24 hours after the elimination of another notorious commander, Julia Habib, in the Gubja Aziz of Timbuktu Triangle. Abu Khalid was a key figure in the terrorist hierarchy, responsible for coordinating operations and logistics within the Sambisa axis. Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, have arrested a Brazil-based Nigerian businessman, Uche Franklin Oyekwere, at the arrival hall of the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Ikeja, Lagos, for allegedly concealing parcels of cocaine in his private parts and the soles of his footwear. The NDLEA said the 47-year-old was arrested on Thursday, January 29, 2026, during the inward clearance of South African Airways passengers arriving from Brazil via Johannesburg following processed intelligence. Meanwhile, at the Tinkan Seaport in Lagos, NDLEA officers in joint operation with the Nigeria Customs Service and other security agencies intercepted 55 jumbo bags of Canadian loud, a strong strain of cannabis weighing 1,183 kilograms, imported from Montreal, Canada. The illicit consignment was hidden inside 2 vehicles, a Honda SUV and a Toyota Matrix, inside a container examined on Wednesday, January 28. Back home, the Ogun State government has reaffirmed its territorial jurisdiction over Eba Island in Ogun Waterside local government area, dismissing claims from some quarters in Ondo State as misleading and capable of triggering avoidable communal tensions. The clarification follows public debates and a motion sponsored by Honorable Donald Kimi Kambo Ojogo, representing Ilaje Federal Constituency in Ondo State, after President Bola Ahmed Tinubu approved the commencement of drilling activities at an abandoned oil well located in Eba Island. In a statement, the Special Advisor to the Government Information and Strategy, Honorable Kayode Akimade, said the Eba Island, where the approved oil well is located, falls squarely within Ogun Waterside local government area of Ogun State. According to Akimade, boundaries between states and local governments in Nigeria are constitutionally defined and properly documented by National Boundary Commission, NBC, adding that official boundary maps and records clearly situate Eba Island within Ogun State. He explained that Eba is a long-established community within Ogun Waterside, whose status predates Nigeria's independence and has remained unchanged through successive political administrative reorganizations, including the 1976 state creation exercise that carved Ogun State out of the former Western state. The government clarified that there are two distinct locations known as Eba. While one is located near the Ondo State Forest Reserve, the larger Eba Island, where the oil well approved by the president is situated, lies entirely within Ogun State's coastal corridor. Akimade noted that the presidential approval for drilling followed extensive due diligence by Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, and other relevant federal institutions, all of which confirmed that the oil well is located within Ogun State territory before clearance was granted. He added that the deployment of national security assets, including naval formations around the drilling site, further demonstrates federal recognition of Ogun State as the host state. The Ogun State government will hold an interfaith Thanksgiving service on Monday, February 2, 2026, in commemoration of the 50th anniversary of the creation of the state. Venue is Arcade Ground, office of the Governor Kemoso Abeokuta, starting at 11 in the morning. A state banquet will hold on Tuesday, February 3, 2026, also at the Arcade Ground Kemoso at 4 in the evening. Cultural displays and carnival floats are expected to take center stage on Thursday, February 5, 2026, beginning at 9 in the morning, with the procession moving from Isamegbe to Lalobu Road in Abeokuta. This will be followed by another round of road commissioning exercises as part of the continuing global Golden Jubilee activities. Victory Life Bible Church has joined the rest of Ogun State in celebrating the Golden Jubilee of the Gateway State with special prayers for peace, progress, and prosperity. The intercessory service held at the church auditorium drew government officials, clerics, and worshippers. Ekem Agro reports.
It was a moment of thanksgiving, reflection, and heartfelt intercession as Victory Life Bible Church organized a special prayer service to mark Ogun State at 50. The church auditorium was filled with worshippers, church leaders, and the invited guests who gathered to appreciate God for 5 decades of the state's existence and development. In his message, the lead pastor of the church, Apostle Lawrence Achudele, said Golden Jubilee is not only a time of celebration, but also a call to spiritual responsibility, urging citizens to commit the future of the state into God's hands.
It's not called Gateway by accident. It's a prophetic name, and we are seeing it unfold with each successive government. We are seeing the changes every day, every year, in every regime. Ogun State has produced some of the greatest men in Nigeria and across the world. And we can see the light of the state shining everywhere. So Ogun State at 50, I must say big congratulations to the people of Ogun State, to the government, traditional rulers, and all.
Special prayers were offered for the governor, government officials, traditional rulers, and the people of the state. Clergy took turns to pray for unity, security, youth empowerment, and sustainable development. The event also featured praise and worship sessions with congregants expressing gratitude for the state's journey so far. Some worshippers described the prayer initiative as timely, noting that spiritual support is essential for the societal progress.
We have our roles to play. Let every hand be on deck to make it better, to make it the best state in Nigeria.
It should also be gateway to good things to happen.
Victory Life Bible Church is committed to continually pray for the state and the nation, emphasizing that spiritual backing remains key to lasting development. In Tom Ago, OGTV News.
A total of 4,141 students have been awarded Bachelor of Science degrees, with 104 bagging first-class honors, while 164 have earned master's degrees and 89 were awarded PhD degrees in various fields by the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. The degrees were awarded at the 33rd convocation of the institution, where President of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu, who encouraged the graduates to get ready to contribute to the initiative of the government to ensure national food security. Matthew Shomi completes the report.
Another set of individuals that will contribute to the development of the nation's agriculture sector and allied areas have been released from the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, at their 33rd convocation. The President of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu, represented by the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, reveals that the nation currently stands at a defining moment of national development.
You have a problem solver. Confront the challenge of national food security, not as a daunting statistics, but as a canvas for your innovation. Use your expertise in genetics, in soil science.
There were messages from the Minister of Trade and Investment, Dr. Jumoke Oduwole, representative of the Minister of Education, alongside others, while Chancellor's address was delivered by the Vice Chancellor, Professor Olushola Kehinde.
They should see this as the beginning of a career, and they should strive to excel in anything they do.
The Pro-Chancellor of the institution, Aragbiji of Iragbiji, Oba Yetunde Olabomi, revealed that the university continues to expand its global footprint, opening new vistas for research collaboration, innovation, and international exposure, while the Vice Chancellor charged the graduates to be good ambassadors of the school.
They should please go out there, and all that we have put into them, they should express it. Nigeria does not need those who will be watching, but we need those who will change situations and circumstances of Nigeria.
Chinyere Osiano, who emerged as the overall best graduating student with 4.85 CGPA, thanks the school for the knowledge impacted in them, while his fellow graduates thank God for the opportunity to come through the school.
You know, my association, Ritian, we have a partner with FUNAB to train our members, and we have our people that have enrolled for their certification program. So if you have knowledge, if you acquire knowledge, your behavior in the society will be different to some other people.
I did my first degree in Obafemi University, and here I am in Abeokuta now, another federal university, bagging my master.
I'm so excited for the next step. I'm grateful to God and my friends and all my supporters.
A great citadel of learning. UNAB has always been first in all ramifications.
The overall best and first-class students from each faculty and department were presented with awards of excellence. Matthew Shomi, OGTV News.
Muslim women across Ogun State have held a lecture to sensitize the society on the essence of hijab. The sensitization event, which started with a rally, brought together Muslim women, community leaders, and residents of Abeokuta to educate the public on the importance of hijab, emphasizing that it represents faith, dignity, and personal conviction, rather than oppression or exclusion. Testimony Komolafe has a report presented from our studios.
The welcome address at the World Hijab Sensitization Program was delivered on behalf of Al Muminat by Amira Alaja Alimo, as organizers welcomed guests and participants to the World Hijab Day 2026 celebration. The first lecturer, Alaja Tawakat Oderindi, spoke on strengthening diversity, unity in hijab, stressing that the hijab unites Muslim women across different ethnic, cultural and social backgrounds, while promoting mutual respect, inclusion, and peaceful coexistence.
Hijab is the command of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So wearing the hijab does not disturb you from anything. It doesn't disturb you from becoming whatever you want to become. It doesn't disturb you from interacting with people. It doesn't disturb you from relating with other fellow human beings. It is just a piece of clothes that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded us to wear, to cover up ourselves so that we can be modest.
In addition to this, Alaja Khadijat Abubakar delivered the guidance and counseling session emphasizing the importance of unity in diversity and encouraging mutual respect among attendees.
I want to thank the Ogun State government. At least they have given recognition to hijab by allowing our students to wear their hijab to school. So that's a step forward. So I want them to also recognize us they can give us positions of authority, and they should know if we are being given, we will do it with trust.
The second lecturer, Alaja Misturat Okolawo, calls for understanding and respect for the practice, stressing that the hijab is not just a piece of cloth, but a symbol of identity, faith, and empowerment for women. Other guest speakers described the hijab as a symbol of identity and moral values, urging institutions, schools, and the workplaces to continue to uphold policies that respect religious diversity and inclusion. The program also featured public engagement sessions, distributing of educational materials, and interactive discussions aimed at correcting misconceptions about the hijab and encouraging peaceful coexistence among residents. The World Hijab Sensitization Day forms part of the global campaign observed annually to foster understanding, tolerance, and respect for women who choose to wear the hijab.
Now to the foreign scene. The National Security Advisor to Slovakia's Prime Minister has resigned after documents released by the U.S. showed he exchanged messages about girls and diplomacy with the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Roberto Fico announced he had accepted Miroslav Jalaki's departure in a video message on Saturday, describing the advisor as an incredible source of experience in diplomacy and foreign policy. The resignation comes a day after 3 million files relating to the influential financier were released by the U.S. Department of Justice. While the files do not show any wrongdoing on the part of those featured, including Lajak, they have raised renewed questions for those who associated with Epstein. And now to sports. Carlos Alcaraz swept past